Hey, what's up everyone? It's Dan.delreal. Today we're going to be talking about the 2006 subprime mortgage crisis and the current housing market. We're also going to look at some real estate opportunities and unpack how you can take advantage of the shift that's happening right now in the real estate market. But before we get to that, just want to share, if you've watched these videos before, you know that I'm a CCIM candidate. I'm also involved in the Northern California CCIM chapter as the membership chair. So I'm a big supporter of CCIM. If you're a real estate professional and you haven't joined the Northern California chapter or the CCIM Institute, you definitely are missing out. You want to join as soon as possible. Some of the member benefits are, the access to the latest thought leadership, tools to help you grow your business, and also education and a network that's incredible. So that's my plug for CCIM. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to hear from our chief economist, Casey Conway. So Casey Conway is the CCIM Institute's chief economist. Yesterday, Casey gave a presentation on commercial real estate opportunities and the resurgence of secondary markets. Now, there's a lot of great information that was mined out from Casey's presentation. Today, I'm going to be sharing a couple of points that are specifically relative to California and the Central Valley. All right, so let's talk about the 2006 subprime mortgage crisis. If you think back and remember that period of time, this was caused by rising home prices. People had what were called adjustable rate mortgages, or ARMs. And so after 2 or 3 years, the mortgage payment adjusted. People had a low introductory rate. The new payment was calculated and the monthly payment went up. People couldn't afford the mortgage payments, and so they defaulted on their mortgages. So when that happened, banks across the country, especially so in the Central Valley in California, foreclosed on thousands of people, took back the homes, and then in order to liquidate the inventory, the home prices went down and we saw a major downturn in the market. All right? And so that was a very challenging time. If you lived through that and you had a mortgage, if you experienced a foreclosure, you definitely remember that and all of the challenges that we faced during that market. All right, so let's take a look at the current market. There's some good news and there's some bad news. First, the good news. If you look at home values and appreciation, homes appreciated by 15% from where they were in 2020 to where they are right now in 2021. That's really good news if you're a homeowner. People are moving to what have been coined affordable Zoom MSAs. So the Central Valley is one of those areas. In fact, in a recent article published by Rent Cafe, they found that the #1 rental market in the country is the Central Valley. That's pretty incredible. So what they looked at is occupancy, vacancy rates, and demand for rentals. So pretty incredible. The Central Valley is #1. All right, now for the bad news. Home price to income ratios are back to exactly where we were at 2006 record levels. This is not good. So what that means is home prices are rising beyond income rates. That's a little bit concerning when you look at where we're at now versus where we were at before. So what does this mean and why is it important? This is a warning sign that what we're experiencing in housing is not sustainable. We can't have 15% growth year over year. It's not sustainable, especially if the Federal Reserve has to start moving interest rates up in response to inflation, which is very, very real. So definitely something to think about. Another question to ask is what usually follows. So every real estate cycle is different. There are some similarities to where we're at now versus where we were in 2006, but there are also a lot of differences. We can learn a lot from history. We know what happened in 2006, so let's learn from it, but also let's remember that things are different with every real estate cycle. Another question, and maybe the most important question to ask yourself, is what's your plan? If you don't have one, you need to get a plan immediately. You have to understand the shift that's happening in the marketplace and respond to it. The worst thing that you could do is stick your head in the sand or just blindly follow newspaper headlines or what's being parroted on the news. That's not the best plan. So what do you think about this information? Do you agree with these facts? Do you disagree? Do you have a plan? I'd love to hear from you. So contact me, shoot me a message, email, text, give me a phone call. I'd love to hear from you, and be sure to tune in next week when we expand and share additional information about the market. Do me a favor, help me get the word out. If you know someone who might be interested in this market update, share this with them, and make sure, if you haven't already, like and subscribe to my channel so you can be sure to get an alert when new content drops, and make sure that you don't miss out. Hey, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys later.